Dinyl Nation. It's Motivation with Fred time. Second Chance family will welcome you as well. All those who are new to the podcast. Listen, we're excited today. We're excited. Got some great things. An awesome session that's going to take place on today. My question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Listen, it's Monday. It's a new day. It's a new week. New opportunities, new desires, another chance to go after your goals, your dreams, your hopes, desires. Understand that everything that happened yesterday, everything that happened last week is over. Let's put it on. Let's overcome everything that we went through on yesterday, last week, and let's go for our goals, dreams, desires, starting today. Starting right now. Do apologize. I'm kind of swallowing a lot. I got this allergy thing. It's hitting us. But listen, we're not going to allow that to stop us. We got to keep going on, pressing, moving. We have no excuses. No excuses for going after what you desire, what you want in life. Listen, we're excited today. Dialysis is not your life. Listen, we are here to tell you all because you are on dialysis does not mean that your life is over. Dialysis gives you a second chance at life. So what are you doing with your second chance? And that's why I'm here today, to motivate you, to pump you up, to let you know you don't have to wait till you get a kidney to start living. You can live right now. I've written, I'm the author of 2 books. This right here is the book itself, Dialysis is Not Your Life. The workbook, Dialysis is Not Your Life. One thing tells you what is possible for your life, and then this takes you step by step, the workbook of getting your life back. Listen, available on Amazon.com. We're excited today. Also, this is the last week of March. So this is the last week of Kidney Month. So if you know someone that's given a kidney, donated a kidney, if you know someone that's dealing with dialysis, kidney disease, kidney transplant, listen, celebrate them for life. Celebrate them because they're living life. We look at it. I read something yesterday. It says 17 people die every day on dialysis waiting on a kidney transplant. I'm like, wow. And thinking about how many people in America, over 300 million people that deals with dialysis and kidney disease. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so we're looking at right now to be able to make a difference for you today with Fred Hill. If you don't know, I'm excited today. Listen, also want to give a shout out to my friend, Philip Jones. He's in California. He has surgery on tomorrow, and he's on dialysis, but he is a big advocate for people who are on dialysis. He's really pushing, doing great things with Second Chance. And so we're excited for you, Philip, praying for you. And I ask those of you on the Dinyl Nation, if you would say a prayer for him. If you believe in prayer, say a prayer for my friend on tomorrow as he has surgery. So we're excited for you, Philip. Great things going to happen. Praying for you, man, and your quick recovery. All right, today we want to jump right in. We're talking about more than obligation. More than obligation. And we're talking about, for me, thinking about life. Because many people, they live life and treat people, they treat things, they treat blessings, everything to them is more of an obligation. And I had to catch myself and do inventory over my own life to say, hey, am I living life as an obligation and treating people like an obligation, my work, the things that I touch and those in my circle as an obligation? Because it's amazing when you are treated or you feel as if you are an obligation. And so today I got to tell you that life is more than obligation. It is more than an obligation. It's more than that. Let's talk about obligation. Talk about that for a moment. Obligation, an act, a course of action to which a person is morally or legally bound, a duty or commitment. And see, the thing that I kind of thought about that, because when I look at life and I look at people in my life, whether it's my wife, whether it's my son, my brothers, my sisters, my friends, and the things that I do, it's something, because you can have good morals. And you can be legally bound as a husband, as a wife, but understand it's a duty and a commitment versus more than that. And that kind of got to me, because me understanding all that I've gone through as dealing with dialysis. You can go through life and everything else. And I'm grateful how my wife was there. And I'm grateful how my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law and my brother and sister's father all was there. But would it not feel horrible to look at family or looking at loved ones as you are going through something, and they're only there because they're legally bound, or only there because it's morally right? I'm your daddy, so I'm here. Or I'm your wife, so I'm here. I'm your husband, so I'm here. The only reason why I'm doing this is because we're related. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, because when you break down what obligation is, duty, it's a job, a chore. This one got me: a burden, indebtedness, duress, responsibility. And the thing, when you understand when it comes to obligation, because it's dealing with commitment that you've made, or it's dealing with, there we go, I'm going back, legally bound, your duty or your commitment. And the thing is, when you're looking at that as being a duty or being a job, that means that you can do that without love. You can do that without being heartfelt. You can do it and not even care, because a love, heartfelt, and care is not even required when it comes to obligation. That bothers me, because think about the people in the nursing homes. And how we can treat the people. They may be our mothers or our fathers, our uncles and our uncles, as obligation and versus the love that we have. That thing kind of got to me, and it bothered me, because when it comes to life, life is bigger than obligation. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's your car, your house. I don't care if it's a stranger on the street. The mindset that has got to change is that we've got to treat people and treat yourself. And the sad thing, many of us, we treat ourselves as an obligation. I'll get to it when I get to it. This is it. Obligation can be identified as going through the motions. It can make you feel less than, make you feel meaningless, and like you're in the way. So the thing, when you're looking at us as patients, how many times have we went to doctors and doctors made us feel as if we're an obligation, versus a person that's going through, that's terrified, that's afraid, that don't know what's going on. I'm about to start this kidney disease, start on dialysis, and I'm feeling as if I'm a bother to you. That's a problem. And so I want to say a shout out myself to Dr. Bruce Murdoch. Thank you, Dr. Z at MUSC. Thank you, Fran Wise. Thank you, Dr. Ted, because these are my doctors, and they've never made me feel like an obligation, even when the system changed to the Epic system. And it seems as if they had less time with the patients, but they never made me feel like an obligation. And so with that, understand the people who are felt as an obligation and not a person, are felt like you're a diagnosis and not a person. And if we're feeling that, listen, you can't treat others that way. We can't, whether it be you or your life or the life of others, it has to be more than obligation. Wow. It has to, there got to be some feeling behind it. I think that's what's wrong with the world today, that there's so many narcissistic people to a place to where it's all about them and everything else is an obligation. And those things, when it comes to that, has got to change. Come back to ourselves and understand, this is what I learned in therapy: a good you is a good everybody else around you. And so if you're in a place to where you treat yourself as an obligation, to where there's nothing that you do to yourself that's heartfelt or care, or you feel to make yourself feel meaningless, because you're always putting yourself on the back burner. But the thing you got to understand is your health matters. Everything about your life, it matters. But let's talk about the 5 areas of life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. All those areas in life, this right here sums up your life. It can no longer be taken as an obligation. Whether it be your physical body, dealing with the things that's going on in your life, dealing with your health, understand there must be a priority. There must be some care. There must be something behind it versus say, I'll just get to it when I get to it. No priority in this. No, it has got to change. When it comes to your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, even when it comes to God, you may be one that studies something else, but whatever your spirituality is, understand it got to be more. You got to have something. Me, myself, I can't go without God. I can't go without praying. I can't go without believing and loving Jesus. Understand that's my call. That's my plight. That must be first. And when it comes to your financial life, understand it cannot be, I'll get to it when I get to it. And the way we see that is we splurge. We don't save. We don't budget. We just do whatever. But understand as time goes, and as inflation and economy and all the things that are happening right now, your finances must be a priority and not an obligation. One thing that I found out about getting to a place of obligation, many people, they may have cared before, but when you are treated as an obligation, some people will turn and treat you the same way as an obligation versus being a priority. It comes to a place when you burn out or when you're tired. When you found interest in something else, therefore, what you did have a priority for, now it becomes an obligation. And sometimes we put more focus on jobs or put more focus on money, and we forget about people. Everything must be an obligation. Everything must be a priority. Let me break this down. It's more than an obligation. One, it's an opportunity. Life is an opportunity. A set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. The circumstance is set. It's just right. Set for my gifts, my talents, my time, my treasure to be used. So understand when life itself it gives us purpose when you prioritize those areas of life, to understand they mean something in life, that whenever any opportunity comes, or whether it's your wife or your job, your children, it is an opportunity for your character, for your expertise, for your humor, for your ideas. Whatever it is, it's a time or opportunity for you to reveal who you are and to show your gifts, your time, your talent, and to make something better in somebody else's life and in yours. And so when you're looking at it, it gives you the opportunity to live, not an obligation, not a duty, not just I'm doing this because I'm legally bound to it. So the thing is, it's more than, let's go a little bit more. It's not just the opportunity, but the privilege, a special right, advantage, immunity granted, or available only to a particular person or group. Listen, makes you special. That feel good. A privilege makes you special. So when you understand, when it comes to life, listen, there's people die every day. People leave this earth every day. So while you are still alive, life must be a privilege to you in every area of life. It comes to a place of understanding. This is my concept of I get to and I got to. Using as I got to as the negative, the burden, the obligation, it's a letdown. I got to, it's a letdown. It's a place of disgust. Well, I gotta go to work. I gotta go home to the old lady. I gotta go pick up the kids. I gotta go to work. It is so negative, so negative. But when you understand that that's the obligation side, But when you understand that I get to is a place to say, this is a privilege, this is an opportunity, this is a place to understand a priority in my life. It is where I get to take pleasure in and I can be grateful for, because many people do not have a home to even go back to. And we're saying, well, I gotta go home. But when you understand that it is a privilege, it is a pleasure to have a home to go back to. I don't care if it's a trailer. I don't care if it's a mansion. I don't care if it's a 1-bedroom apartment. As long as you have a place to lay your head, because many people, they're in shelters or somebody is under a bridge. Wow, I'm about to start crying right now, because understand it's so when you know that you have something that God has blessed you with, it should be in a place. It's not an obligation that I'm going to take care of it. It's going to be my privilege because it's mine, whether it be my wife, whether it be my health, whether it be my job, whether it be my car. Understand, it is my privilege. It is my privilege to take care of it. It is my privilege to enjoy it, to enjoy the time with my wife and my children, because the thing is, people pass away. Divorces take place, and it's because we stop putting a priority on life, and we use the obligation, and it causes us to draw apart. Wow. Last thing. Life can no longer be an obligation. It should be a passion, a strong desire, feeling of enthusiasm, excitement for, devotion to doing something or about something. It's love, caring, heartfelt, and conviction. Now, this is my part. It's because life should be a passion. Now, I have to say this because I've been at the face of death. I've been in the place to where dialysis took away my livelihood or living. That that happened for me, to where I felt like I was going to die, because everyone else in my family that dealt with polycystic kidney disease, they all died. So when it came to me, I felt like I was going to die. But understand, when I came to the realization that dialysis is a second chance at life, and I'm still here. So even though I'm on dialysis, I'm not going to treat this like an obligation. Understand, this is going to be an opportunity. This is going to be a privilege and a passion for me to live. I got a passion to live, so much so that I want to help you live. I want to help you get your life back. I want you to be in a place where you enjoy life, that you're smiling. Hear this, even in the bad times, choose to live. Choose to understand it's not an obligation. Wow. Winston Churchill, he said this: never let a good crisis go to waste. Because in crisis, that's when answers comes. That's when inventions takes place. That's when medical things come. That's when technology is invented, because someone is going through a crisis. So understand, instead of running or hiding or falling out, rise to the occasion. Oh, that feels good. Take passion, because the crisis itself is not an obligation. It is a priority for you to see the opportunity that you have to solve it. To understand the privilege it is that your gift can be used, and the passion behind it, oh, that you can help somebody. It's yourself and others. Passion, strong desire to live. Man, it's time to go. I've been on the thing too long. So listen, life is more than obligation. That's all I want to tell you. That's all I want you to know. So and with that, as I said, my passion, Ready, Reset, Go, is coming next month. It's a new podcast focusing on the mental distresses of dialysis, whether it be the patient, whether it be their family, whether it be the caregivers, understanding how to overcome those mental distresses, and also how to redefine your life while you're on dialysis. And so this is going to be an exciting time, to where we'll be talking to doctors, we're talking to neurologists, talking to surgeons, talking to other kidney patients, talking to donors. Listen, we're going to bring them in, and we're going to change the narrative of the game, because understand, you win. The podcast itself is for kidney disease, dialysis, transplant patients. There we go. Family nephrologists. That's what I said. The technicians, dietitians, everybody, because we can all learn how to live in what we're doing. And so I say to you, life is waiting on you. Go and live your life. My baby is on, baby doll. I love you. It's good that you're here. And Anthony Reed, man, listen, glad to see you as well. You guys have a great day. We're excited today. Go and live life big. Life is not an obligation. Wow.